So you say you heard about the Slimer balloon, eh? You say you want to learn how to twist him, eh? I can teach you that. But first, you gotta do a little something for me. I'm not gonna tell you what it is today. I'm not gonna tell you what it is tomorrow. But one day, quid pro quo. Okay guys, so welcome back to the next tutorial in the Halloween series. Today I'm dressed as some sort of a gangster, I guess. I don't know. I found it in the thrift store a few years ago and thought, hey, why not? And I haven't used it yet, so there you go. For Slimer, you're gonna need two 260 balloons. I've got lime green here because that is the appropriate color. However, it's your balloon, make them whatever color you want. I've inflated both those about halfway. You'll also need a 160, inflated about halfway. A round balloon with a raisin in it. No, I'm not talking about the dried fruit. A raisin in balloon terminology is just a scrap of balloon that you've tied into a knot and inserted into the round balloon before you've inflated it. It also comes in handy if any band member happens to leave their maraca at home and it's in need. So anyway, the raisin allows you to attach at any point on the balloon other than just the nozzle. You'll also need one scrap of balloon for the eyes. I've got yellow here. And just another little scrap so that you can tie this one on later. Now the first thing we're gonna do, you'll do with both your 260 balloons, is you'll make 2 pinch twists. I like to do that by making 2 bubbles, taking the nozzle part and twisting it into here. Then you'll take the slack and wrap it between the 2 balloons, and that will pinch twist them for you. So rinse, lather, and repeat on your second 260 balloon. And now on both of the balloons, you're going to make a bubble about 3 inches long and twist them together at that point. So here's what you have so far. And you twist both of those bubbles into another bubble about 4 inches long and twist those 2 together. You can take one and bring it through if you'd like. That'll stabilize it a little bit more and keep that twist from coming apart on you later. And then you'll actually bend these 2. Give them a squeeze. And that'll make them a little bit more jelly bean shaped. Take the 2 on the top and make a bubble out of each about, I'd say 5.5, 6 inches long, and twist each one of those into one of the sets of pinch twists. Next, you'll want to take whichever balloon is a little bit shorter, make a bubble about 1 inch, followed by a pinch twist, another bubble about 1 inch, followed by a second pinch twist, so now you should have something that looks like this. You'll want to bring the rest of this balloon back down to this pinch twist here, and you can make this bubble kind of loose if you want. So it doesn't really look like anything yet, but that's going to be his nose. you make one more 1-inch bubble and twist this back into that set of pinch twists where the other balloon is sticking out. If you can see it, you'll want to arrange that center part where there's a pinch twist at the bottom, and then it sticks up and his nose is sticking at the top there. With the shorter balloon, go ahead and make another bubble about 4 inches. You can actually, if you want, let some air out and squeeze it really thin to make sure it looks more like a 160 than a 260. That's going to be his top lip. It'll make it look a little bit thinner. Give that one a little massage, bring it in the center. You can get rid of the rest of that balloon now. Now it's a little bit easier to go ahead and attach the body at this point before you do the second lip, because I found that otherwise that bottom lip always just kind of gets in the way. Makes it a little bit harder. So what you do is you find your raisin, get it to about right here, not quite in the middle, kind of the quarter point there. You'll grab onto the raisin, twist it around a bit, and use your scrap to attach that into that pinch twist behind his lip. Now this can take a lot of practice to get used to, and I'm gonna level with you, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So until you get the hang of it, what you can actually do is tie the scrap around the raisin, and that way maybe it won't fly off on you halfway through trying to attach it on there like it has done to me so many times in the past. Okay, so now we've got it on there and it's facing the right direction, and you'll want to do the mouth. So you take this end and you'll wrap that into this other pinch twist, about 7 or 8 inches. You can kind of judge how it's going to look by looking at the rest of the balloon there on the body. And now you're done with that balloon. You can go ahead and get rid of the rest of it. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do the eyes because it's kind of weirding me out looking like this. So you'll take your yellow scrap or whatever color you've chosen, and you can kind of judge about how big you want the eyes to be. I'd say a little over 2 inches. So that's just 2 bubbles about the same size. You'll fold them over and tie them together. And now whichever end has the longer amount of slack, you're going to take that slack, wrap it down through the balloon and back around. And now you should have some slack on both ends. You'll attach one of those right up here at the top, and the other one right down here behind his nose. So now you should have something like this. And at this point, you'll get out your 160 balloon. Start by making a flower petal and then a pinch twist. So that's going to be one of his hands. You'll give him some pretty short arms. I'd say maybe about 3 inches, so that's just a 3-inch bubble there. And you'll twist that into one of these double pinch twists, just between the mouth and the pinch twist itself. You could also do this just sticking out of the pinch twist. I've done it both ways. For some reason I like the finish look a little bit better when it's below rather than sticking straight out. And you can bend the arm gives it a little more character there. Next, you'll want to make a series of bubbles coming across and underneath the top lip. Those will be his teeth. Make as many as you need, but for this one, I'd make 5 bubbles. That fits across there pretty well. Wrap that around that other pinch twist at his side. So for the second arm at this point, you're just going to do the exact same thing that you did with the first arm, but backwards. So 3-inch bubble, pinch twist, flower petal. And you can get rid of the rest of that balloon. So that's basically your Slimer right there. If you wanted to, you could also fill in these little holes with maybe a little 5-inch round balloon, or you could use some scraps to fill it in out of 1/60s or 2/60s. But I think this works for just the basic, as simple as you can kind of line work deal. For the artwork, all you need is 2 little jelly beans right in the center of the eyes. So I'll do that real quick. And there we have it, one Slimer. I will see you guys next week. Thank you for joining me for the latest installment of these Halloween tutorials. 2 more to go next week. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite patterns. And then one final one after that on Halloween Day. So I hope to see you guys then. And for now,